You have been well trained, my young apprentice. They will be no match for you.
Yes, my master.
Hello and welcome everybody to another episode of the Chance Cube's game commentary videos. This week we're coming to you with round 2 of the tournament from the Mighty Meeple in Concord, North Carolina. So let's get into the action. So as I mentioned, this is round 2 of the Spirit of Rebellion Release Tournament. On the left, we have a player playing Asajj Ventress, a Stormtrooper, and a Deathtrooper. Looks like the Carbon Freezing Chamber battlefield is what they decided to come with. Sadly, I didn't get this player's name before he left, so we'll just call him the Asajj player. On the right, we have Chase, who is playing ePalpatine, and he is bringing the Moisture Farm battlefield to gain resources. I'm not exactly sure what the Asajj player is running in his deck. I know that Chase and I had kind of talked about these Palpatine decks before this tournament, and as you'll see throughout the course of this video, the deck can be pretty wicked. So we see the players here drawing up their hands. Looks like Chase has a Force Speed, a couple of event cards. Looks like Abandon All Hope and Anger. So he's probably going to mulligan, probably keeping the Force Speed. We see the Asajj player with, looks like Makashi training, a lightsaber throw. Looks like he is keeping all of his cards. Chase is getting back up to his maximum hand size, and looks like they're going to roll off. So Chase gets 4 to 4, 3 to 3 again, and 2. Can Chase beat a 2? He can. So Chase gets the choice of battlegrounds, and if you're playing ePalpatine, you do not want to see Carbon Freezing Chamber. That can put a huge hamper in your plans. So Asajj getting 2 shields, and Palpatine getting a Force Speed. So Force Speed on Palpatine is ridiculous. It allows him to just go bonkers if you're able to get it resolved quickly. We see a Makashi training going on to Asajj. Getting a lot more melee around in the deck is pretty good. I'm not sure exactly how the 2 troopers support the strategy, but they probably have some kind of interaction with Imperial Inspection or something. See Palpatine coming in with a special on the Force Speed and 2 shields and a resource. With Palpatine's ability, it means that he can do damage by gaining shields, by gaining resources. So we see Chase discarding 2 because of Asajj's effect in order to re-roll those Palpatine dice there. And Asajj getting some early damage, and Chase grabs some shields instead. So taking 3 damage instead of gaining 3 shields. So we see Chase resolving that Force Speed special to have him discard 2, gain 2 shields, and deal a total of 4 damage in the process. So it's pretty lethal there. Looks like when he discarded the cards, he chose to do it, and then he realized that, oh, it's random. So he just picked up the 2 cards that he had pitched, and Chase gets a lightsaber and something else. I didn't quite catch the other card, but some pretty good stuff out of his hand early. And he's assigning the damage, so he takes 2 of it on Asajj in the form of shields, and then 1 on each trooper. And now he's rolling in, and Chase claims, which we found playing this Palpatine deck, it claims really early because it has 1 activation, and with Force Speed, it can just go crazy and go crazy fast. So Oddly, the moisture farm has been an ideal battlefield because you want resources for a lot of your control cards. It gives you a way to do that without having to rely on dice and upgrades in order to do it. You also need 5 resources to play Rise Again, so we see Chase sitting on 5 resources after turn 1. So he can play that Rise Again and be sitting pretty. So another damage that was taken over by shields, and we're on to round 2. So Chase leads off with an Abandon All Hope, which is pretty killer. It basically forces your opponent, in most cases, to get rid of their resources, which means they don't get to do anything resource-wise that turn. Fortunately, he then rolls into 2 resources with the Asajj dice and the Makashi training, but it keeps damage off the board. And we see Chase throwing another Force Speed on Palpatine. Looks like he's running around to get his dice, so I don't know what he's doing, but he didn't put his dice in the right spot. So while he gets his dice, we see kind of what this control aspect of Abandon All Hope does. Is it keeps your opponent off of damage sides by having to claim for resources. Ooh, and we see a special, a focus, and a 2 discard coming out on Palpatine. So that blank is not looking like it's going to be a big deal. And a high ground comes out to get rid of the damage from the Deathtrooper and deal 1 damage to it. So a lot of control going on and a lot of just quick play from the Palpatine side because of Force Speed and because you only have 1 character to activate. So we see he resolves the Force Speed, takes 2 actions, so a focus and then a 3 damage side on Palpatine. The other thing that Force Speed allows is it allows you to get to those Palpatine damage sides without necessarily having to leave your range damage out in the pool. And we see a Now You Will Die coming out to switch that discard to damage. So he is just loading up damage on Asajj and both of those troopers because he's splitting a lot of this resolution damage on Palpatine's dice. So coming into round 3 here, Chase is sitting on 3 resources, so doesn't have enough for Rise Again, but he only has taken 3 damage, so it's not really looking like he's in much danger of dying currently. He then plays another Abandon All Hope, which is brutal because the Asajj player is sitting on 5 resources, so he takes a huge resource swing right there and puts him back to where he started at the beginning of the last round. And rolling in the Stormtrooper and then throwing a Holocron on Palpatine. Deathtrooper coming out here with 2 damage. Palpatine rolls in. He has the shield, so that 2 damage side isn't too threatening. And again, rolling that special on the Force Speed, which is huge because it lets you just accelerate your action so efficiently. So a reroll, and Trooper showing some damage. Asajj is showing resource disruption. So right now, Chase is staring down potentially 3 range damage. He could use that Force Speed special to get some extra damage in here quickly on some of these characters, which is probably what he'll do, maybe. I can't see exactly. I think he has a couple abilities in his hand. I don't know if he has any way to mitigate damage. Instead, he's just discarding to reroll and gets a couple of blanks. Ends up with a damage side on Palpatine, which is pretty good. But takes that 3 damage. So with the shield, it'll just be 2 more. So Palpatine is 1/3 of the way dead, and all of the players on the left-hand side of the board are in pretty big pain. So he's going to be able to do 5 damage right now to someone with those Palpatine dice. So if he does 5 to Asajj, that kills her. If he does 3 to the Stormtrooper, that kills her. He then also has to decide where he's putting these 2 damage at. So that is brutal. So another 2 damage here, plus the 2 extra, just means that there's going to be massive amounts of damage, and it's such efficient damage as well. So Asajj is going to be at 7, I believe, and he's going to have to assign 2 more damage somewhere. So he throws 1 on each, putting Asajj 1 health away from death, and that Deathtrooper is sitting at 6. So it's looking like a pretty big uphill battle, to say the least. Chase claims to get some resources back, and we see Asajj re-rolling and potentially getting a little bit more damage in, putting Palpatine up to 8 total damage on him. Or, actually no, not quite, 7, excuse me. So, a little less than halfway dead, and the Asajj player has 2 characters within spitting distance of dying. So, if Chase is able to get some resources, a Rise Again puts this game so far out of reach, and in all honesty, rolling what he did puts it where he's going to take a ton of damage. So it looks like he played, was it No Regrets, or whatever the new neutral dark side card is, to force Chase to reroll his dice and resolve it, which he was able to do, gaining a resource and dealing 2 damage. Now it's back over to Chase, who has Now You Will Die, in order to do 2 melee damage to Asajj, which kills her, and then they have to resolve the 2 extra damage, which kills the Deathtrooper. So we see Palpatine just chewing through health there. He was able to chew through 26 health in just over 3 rounds of play. So definitely a lethal deck right now in the format. We wish luck to both of these players, and that ends round 2. And that concludes another one of the Chance Cubes gameplay videos. As always, thank you for watching. If you enjoy the Chance Cubes videos and you want to get more from us, please visit us at thechancecube.com. You can also join us and like us on Facebook at The Chance Cube, or you can follow us on Twitter at The Chance Cube. Till next time, everybody, may the Force be with you.